Sunrise, we're taking off now.
Oh yeah.
It's a metal groove, flow with the sound.
Oh yeah. Come aboard this journey high with Jim and Dr. Val. Touch the sky. Conversations gentle, warm and deep. Well-being secrets that you need to keep. Mental calm and physical strength.
Hello, and welcome to the Flight Path to Wellness with Jim and Dr. Val. Jim, how you doing today?
I am great. How are you today?
I am wonderful, but I'm more excited to talk about the guest that we have brought on today, Madam Dr. Angela Ruley. Angela, how you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good.
Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us today. I know, like every woman in America, you have 1,000 things going on. So we appreciate you taking time to be here today. I want to start out by just talking a little bit about Dr. Angela. Is that okay? Can I tell the people a little bit about who
Sure
you are?
can.
All right. Dr. Angela Ruley is a highly experienced healthcare professional with over 33 years in nursing. 33? But you looking all slick and fine. 33, so you must have
She
started
started
working.
at 5.
Well, I was just going to say, so yeah,
There you
right.
go.
If I was wondering if this was a typo or not. She has served as a certified registered nurse for over 21 years and a practitioner. And I know anesthesiology is your area of expertise, so you can talk more about that. Following her own personal weight loss and wellness journey, Angela was inspired to help others achieve their health goals. The passion led her to Brilliance Wellness Care. And that's really how I met Angela, because, of course, Angela has helped me on the tail end of my weight loss journey, and I am forever thankful. As of this morning, I am 5 pounds from my first weight loss goal. So I just
That's so
appreciate
exciting.
everything that you and your husband and your wellness agency has done for me. But without further ado, Jim has the honors today of interviewing you. And so I think with that, Jim, I'm going to pass the mic to you.
Hey, well, I'm going to take the mic and Angela, Dr. Angela we had a conversation about just different things, and her story is amazing, and I think everyone will get a chance to glean and get great information. So I believe the number one thing we should probably start with, Dr. Angela, is tell us about you. How did you become interested in wellness, and who is Dr. Angela?
So Dr. Angela has always been an athlete. I started off as an athlete in high school. I played 3 sports. I played volleyball, basketball, and I ran track. I was recruited for volleyball and for college, which is actually how I paid for college.
Oh, okay.
So never had a problem with my weight. I was always very muscular, very active. But as I started getting older, I started slowly putting pounds on, and that formula of moving more, eating less didn't work anymore. Heard about the GLP-1 meds, and but I was a little bit nervous about them, even being a healthcare professional. And I had a girlfriend that I saw on Facebook with a before and after picture, and she looked amazing. And I immediately called her and wanted to know what she did to achieve what I saw. And she had opened her own clinic, and I told her, I will be there to see you. And I have not looked back. One of the best moves I've made.
Now I'm going to stop you because you said when you were thinking about this whole GLP-1 thing, you said something to me when it first, came out. What did you say you were going to do? Remember you said, I'm going to wait and see if anything.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I want to see what happened to everybody else.
Right. You know how we do. We ain't just going to take no shots. Now, wait a minute.
Yeah, I want
What's
to
in
see.
this?
Right.
But
Absolutely.
when I saw somebody that I knew and I trusted, and she actually, because of her own journey, she started her own clinic because she's also a nurse practitioner. I felt comfortable to make that plunge and do it myself.
Okay.
After I was with her for a few months and started losing weight that I didn't tell my husband that I was doing it.
Oh, that's funny.
He just
He didn't even know.
He didn't know. He just started. I said, well, I better tell him because he's going to think I'm sick. But so I finally told him, and he started on his own journey. But the impact made me want to give this to everybody else. And I decided to use my nurse practitioner degree and open my own clinic. And I am so excited to see other people gain their health.
Now, with saying that, when you said that you gain weight, I'm not into numbers or anything like that, but
I am. I get on my scale. I got a scale in every room. Scale in the bathroom, scale in the kitchen, by the refrigerator. Because you're right. Do you really need that? But anyway, Jim, I'm sorry.
No.
Didn't I say I wasn't going to talk much today? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But what was your signal? So was it aesthetically, like you didn't like the way you looked, or was it every time I turn around, I'm knocking over something behind me, looking back, like.
So I didn't like the way I looked. That was one thing. But I didn't like the way I felt. I started having a lot of joint pain. Knees were hurting. Even the point where I started having a little bit of shortness of breath. Now, nobody would have looked at me and said, ooh, look at her, but I knew and I could feel that I needed to lose some weight. I could definitely feel that.
Okay. So it was a combination.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. So that leads to my next question, because it's so hard to get started, right? So a lot of times we all have in our minds what we want to do, but actually doing it, right? The action, right? So your intention was to feel better, to look better. So how did you get started? Like, give us what led you, not the steps, the actions that you took, but also can you give us maybe the top 3 things that you learned from your journey that could also help others?
Okay. So one of the things that I was already doing, I was already exercising. Like I said before, I was already cooking and eating fairly healthy.
Sure.
But believing that I could do it, I needed to see what I could be. And I think that's what really got me started. I could actually see a person that I knew that did this journey, and I was able to start my own journey. I think knowing that this is not a one-off, knowing that it's a tool in your toolbox to go along with your healthy choices, your healthy dietary choices, your movement, especially strength training. Because as we lose weight, you start to lose, you don't just lose fat, you also lose muscle. So you want to do some strength training. You want to maintain your protein intake, because those 2 things are going to help you maintain as much muscle as possible. You want to increase your hydration. So important. And also taking a multivitamin. I like my my clients to take a multivitamin, because as you decrease your calories, you're not just decreasing your calories, you're also decreasing the amount of nutrients you're taking in. So you want to definitely take a multivitamin. And then assessing labs to see if you need other supplements.
So, Dr. Angela, you are so disciplined, period. Whether it be in your home life, the workout, your marriage, the weight loss journey, all of that. What advice would you have for that individual who really wants to start their weight loss journey and I'm going to say their wellness journey, right? Because it's not just about weight, it's wellness. They really want to start their wellness journey. but they're just having a hard time, like Jim was saying, getting started. So I heard you say, drink the water, get the protein. But I guess what I want to know is where could they find that motivation if they don't have the discipline of being an athlete, a former athlete like you? Or Jim is so organized. Girl, if Jim got anything, he got a routine. Do you hear me? So somebody who is not as structured, but they know, okay, this has to be a priority. What advice to motivate them to get started?
Well, number one, if they could find a wellness partner, that would help. That's a person that can help keep you accountable. And I happen to have a built-in one, my husband, so we kind of keep each other honest with our workouts. Find a healthcare professional. So one of the things that I do for my patients, and every time I see them, I ask them a series of questions because this is me holding them accountable. You have some people who think, I'm going to give myself an injection and, I saw Susie and she just lost weight and she didn't do anything. Well, maybe 2% of people will lose weight like that. Most people need to incorporate it with the other cliche lifestyle changes with their healthier diet. When I say healthy diet, I don't mean you can never have a potato because I'm going to eat a potato. I'm not going to say you can't ever have rice.
You didn't say brownie. You said
a potato.
You said
she didn't say Krispy Kreme donut.
Right,
she said
right.
potato.
We're listening. Go ahead.
That must be one of her guilty pleasures. Potato. Please.
I thought that was a staple.
Right.
There you go. Or having a glass of wine. I already know I like to have it. I like to have a glass of wine. So I don't believe in telling people they can never have those things.
Sure.
But incorporating healthy foods, incorporating hydration, because that's so important. Let's talk a little bit about hydration. One of the things hydration does is, it helps fill you up a little bit.
It does.
It also helps with some of the side effects. Some of the side effects of GLP-1s can be constipation. That is one of the biggest side effects. So I always tell people, if you're used to every day, don't wait till tomorrow to try and get started with finding some kind of a remedy. Nausea. Nausea is another big side effect people have. Sometimes you can be like dehydrated and start to experience some nausea. So maybe you need some hydration. Some people have headaches. That could be from being dehydrated too. So those are some of the things that are important for you to do.
Let's talk about them side effects. Okay.
Let's talk about.
I have not had any, and I am the worst patient. Like every little thing, I'm scared. I ain't shooting myself. I don't want to be sick. Now, just on and on and on. So. The first one about the constipation, I had the opposite effect. I was like Interstate 75. Everything was just running through for, I would say, at least 2 days. So I say all that to say, how when you read the medicine bottles, these 30 things could happen. I don't want you or anybody else to think that everybody who's on this shot has this type of effect. It just depends on your body makeup. I have gone up in dose. And so since I was on a smaller dose and then it was just time logically for me to go up, I said, wait a minute, I ain't had no side effects. I'm still losing weight. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't want to go up because then I might get sick. Like those were all that anxiety. Those were the things that were going through my head. So after Dr. Angela took about 30 minutes to convince me, it's okay, you can go up. Went up in a dose. And we had a time frame. She was like, call me if anything, whatever. Nothing. No sickness, no nauseous, no nothing. So it just depends, I would say, on the person, the body makeup, all of that. It just depends on that, really, how the side effects impact or don't impact the patient who is on the GLP-1 shot.
And that's everybody's journey is their own journey. You have some people who absolutely have no side effects, and some people have some mild side effects. Very few people have serious side effects where they can't take the medication. So very few.
Okay. No, wow. I'm almost speechless because I see GLP-1 and, I have a mirror and I see I could be a candidate for GLP-1. But, again, I wasn't really aware of what was in it or side effects or, just what is being injected into my body. So that's very informative. And I also like the part where you stated that the journey wasn't just about the physical. You said you were exercising 3 times a week. You were cooking your own food and healthy, and you still had gotten to a point of plateauing almost, right? So when you get to a point to where you're moving, you're grooving, right? You're doing, I said moving and grooving. You are in action and you are into your routine, and I'm seeing the arms. So that tells me that you're serious and you're consistent. So my question now becomes, what is your routine like? But more importantly, because you stated about the physical and the mental, right? What do you do to motivate yourself when you don't want to go, when it's 5 below and the house is warm and the bed? Because I assume you're probably an AM workout person.
I am.
See, so for some people who are not morning people, not that I know any, but for some of those people who are not morning people, what do you do to motivate yourself on a daily, regular basis to be consistent, to have biceps and triceps such as yours?
And what is your workout routine? What's your workout routine and what motivates you?
There you go.
And how much weight are you lifting to get arms that look like that? Arms are beautiful.
No, look. Right. That Michelle Obama envious. Right.
And I ain't hating on Dr. Angela, but she always wearing something with her arms out. Want somebody to see them beautiful arms.
If you got it.
Right.
So we did experience a few days like that a couple weeks ago where we had a few below 0 days. And I walked outside and the cold hit me and I could get back in that bed and just, I could skip today. But what I've done is I've incorporated it into my life. So it's, and that's part of what you're doing during your journey. You're incorporating this lifestyle change into your life. It's part of what I do. So it's not even a question. I get up, I have some coffee, and I get dressed. I go to the gym, and I go early because I work early. So I that's what I do. And I go to Planet Fitness, and they have this nice little circle of
you
machines.
did the circuit training.
I do the circle.
Yeah.
And then I also do a lot of abdominal work.
That isn't, I want to stay on this because people tend to think that the quote unquote gym makes the difference, right? So I'm not pushing any brand, right? But that is good to know because a lot of people think, oh, I need this kind of gym or I need this kind of trainer, right? So what is it? Have you ever had a trainer or did you just start working out on your, being an athlete, I'm sure, but how did you know what to lift? Was that through your athletic career?
So I lift kind of heavier weights than most women would lift.
Obviously.
You're doing like 40s and 50s, aren't you? Okay.
It's a little higher than that.
Are you? Wow.
But I've lifted.
I can't curl 50s.
Oh yeah, at least 60 curls, at least.
What's it?
About it.
True confessions, huh?
Yeah, no, like I'm okay. I could curl 50, but it wouldn't be good form. You get what I'm like. It's a strain.
So the thing is you start where you are. You start where you are, and we had our event last night, and what did I tell people? I said if you can't curl dumbbells, go get cans of corn and start with that. That's where you are. you may get to the amount of weight that I lift, but maybe you don't want to be as muscular as I am. So you may not have to do that to get leaner.
I'm going to retract my question because my initial question was how much do you lift? But now that Jim has said what he lifts, I don't want, Jim is my friend. I don't want to put him to shame, so don't tell us.
Right, you know.
Do not
I
tell
should
us.
not have. I forgot we are on.
True
I'm thinking we're
confession.
just talking.
Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's forever now.
Right.
Okay.
It's
okay.
totally okay.
So, what, when you go to the gym, how long do you spend? Is there a certain amount of time, or do you have your days of, I'm working abs, I'm working, and what's your, if you want to share, again, and don't want to give away, too much of the sauce, because we have to talk about your wonderful, brilliance wellness care, right? I don't know why I'm getting tongue-tied. I keep wanting to say brilliant, right? Because it sounds so brilliant, and I'm just looking at the arms. I'm like, okay, so brilliance wellness care. So I want to get into that, but I also want to understand, are you doing HIIT? Are you doing? I know you said you're doing the circuit, but I see a lot of people doing the circuit, and they don't always have the same results.
So everybody's body is different too. I happen to be a person that has a more muscular build, and I always have. What I like people to do is keep that workout to an hour or less. Because if who wants to go for 3 hours? Nobody wants to do that. But I can do it for an hour. I can go and I usually work out everything.
Oh,
I do. I don't do
Every
leg day and that's my routine.
7,
Not every day,
but 5.
About 5 days a week.
So you're Monday through Friday.
Usually Saturday and Sunday are our days.
Okay.
Also, so it just depends on what I have going on.
Okay.
But keeping it to an hour or less will stop you from being averse to going to work out. Because if you think about it like, oh my God, I got to go there for 3 hours. Nobody wants to do that.
Well, that goes into the another thing with intention, because that's really what you're saying. So when you say that this is incorporated into your daily routine, all you're saying basically is my intention is to live a certain way, and to live that certain way, this is what I do. Okay.
Yeah.
So intention and action, right? That's a part of wellness. I like how all of this is tying in holistically,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Because we think so much, it's physical, or it's what I eat, or it's, but it's hydration, right? It's having a clear mental space to be able to be accountable to yourself, right? To say, hey, this is where I'm at. I don't like this. What actions am I willing to take to change this?
Absolutely. And Jim, I've heard Dr. Angela now speak formally, if you will, twice. And so I have a couple takeaways, and I want to make sure that I mention them here today. So one is people have their opinion or clarification questions or comments, whatever, about GLP-1. And the one thing you said last night, you said, there's nothing new about GLP-1.
No.
It was used for what?
Diabetes.
Yeah, to treat diabetes. And since a side effect was weight loss, it is now being used for weight loss. So the hope is that, some individuals will be okay with that because it's not a new drug. The other thing, and I just love you, Dr. Angela. Jim, she's so humble.
I see. Yeah, her spirit
and
shows that.
beautiful inside and out. And I joke about the arms and all, but the real deal is anytime I've witnessed you speak in front of the gym full of people, or like at the weight loss seminar last night, there is not one edge of judgment. And I think that's what makes you so approachable to have the weight loss conversations, because sometimes that's a hard conversation to have. And so I just want to say, it's just, you make it easy to talk about, so you're humble. This is a time-honored, weight loss procedure or tactic, if you will. And I think just being able to talk about whatever the issue is that's holding you back, you're just really easy to talk to, you and your husband, really. So
Yeah, I mean, she didn't judge me for not being able to curl 50, 60-pound dumbbells,
but
right?
guess who did? I'm like, Jim, don't tell all your business.
Right,
Don't do that. So
She doing one-arm push-ups.
I know, right? And look, and not losing eye contact, right? So I
Well-
think there's one more final
So
question.
I want to go into Brilliance Wellness Care, okay? Because what we have discussed has been great, but to be able to see the results, right? And so if you're saying this has worked for me and now I have this to share with others on their wellness, not just, weight loss, wellness. So tell us about that and how someone can find out more or how to join, because I'm going to talk to you after this and see what kind of packages you have. But anyway, please tell the people while I listen.
What can they expect? Yeah.
Well, you can expect to come in and have a personal
One-on-one.
interview with me. My husband is usually there too, because sometimes you would see him when you come in. And we'll talk about your health history and see if you have any things that would stop you from actually being able to do a GLP. And we would see if this is an appropriate medication for you. We'll set a goal. And when I like to set goals that are not, I like to do goals in steps, because when you attain that first goal, you get really excited, like, oh, okay, I got there.
What happened when you lost your first 3
Oh
pounds?
my God.
Tell
Okay.
them. Tell them. 3 pounds. What did you start doing?
So I went and bought myself. Now my husband didn't know. He thought I was nuts. I went and bought a waist chain.
3 pounds, Jim. I said 3. She said, girl, I was strutting. 3 pounds. Anyway,
Yeah,
go ahead.
3 pounds. Well, because, but sometimes the weight comes off a little slower than the inches.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell inches were coming off.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell you exactly how I could tell, but I could tell inches were coming
Okay.
off.
That's fine. No judgment.
And so I was so excited. So I reached my first goal, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't too bad. Maybe I'll do it. And I picked an odd number. I picked like 6 or 7. I'm like, maybe I'll go down 6 more. And, oh, that was okay. I'm there. Let me do another. And so until I reached my goal.
So you went incrementally, is what
I
you're
went
saying.
incrementally. I did attainable goals.
You went smart on them. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the other thing, so you talked about when he asked, what should a patient expect?
Mm-hmm.
You said, we'll talk about the meds and
Mm-hmm.
your current health history. I remember Rob, wanting to know specifically the list of medications that I was currently taking, just to make sure it wasn't interacting. You already said the health history. And from a patient perspective, from day one, there were conversations about how we can do this to continue to be successful. So yeah, they want your health history, but also, what are you eating for breakfast now? Let's talk about how that will change. How much protein are you currently taking in? Do you do a protein shake? Like I remember, like even from day one, having those conversations in an attempt to shift your thinking as far as what to expect. Last thing I'll say, and this is from the patient perspective, you talk about appetite and appetite suppressant, blah, blah, blah. One of the reasons why I've never gotten sick, I think, is because I don't overeat anymore. For 50 years I ate whatever I wanted to eat and was overweight and doing all kinds of stuff I wasn't supposed to do. But then when I had the weight loss surgery, I learned how to eat, right? And then I think the shot helps to just kind of curb the appetite a little more. I don't know, but I don't have that food noise anymore where I'm always worried about what I'm going to eat and how I'm going to lose it and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's very important to say. The conversations begin on day one, whether you choose to sign up for the program or not. It's the lifestyle conversations that happen early on.
And just make it a tool in your toolbox. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah.
Tool in the toolbox. So, if you would like to share, how can people reach you? How can we find out more and get our consultations and our packages and get started on our wellness journey?
Right. How can they get in touch with you?
We have a website, www.brilliancewellnesscare.com. So,
Okay.
And is there anything special going on right now at
we
Brilliance
do have
Wellness?
we do have a $99 special. Yes, we
It's
do.
called Jumpstart.
It's called a Jumpstart.
How'd
Yes,
y'all come up with that?
I got my
Dr.
HSA card.
Val.
No, I didn't do Jumpstart. Somebody else. Oh, what I told y'all is, look,
that-
y'all need to get some specials. But the Jumpstart sounds good. I don't know who did y'all marketing with that. I don't know.
That
It was
was-
me.
Josiah.
Oh, Josiah. Oh, yeah, he
Yes,
does good work.
Yes,
Okay.
he does excellent work. Excellent work.
So brilliancewellnesscare.com.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a number?
We do have a number, 313-213-9357. And that is my business cell phone because I'm always on the go. So,
At the gym.
yeah, I'm at the gym. And I also have an email, AngelaRuley2@gmail.com. So can contact us any one of those ways.
Right. And
Yeah.
Brilliance Wellness Care has weight loss clinics or offices in Michigan.
We have a Michigan, one in Berkeley, Michigan, and one in Toledo, Ohio.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So, Dr. Angela, it has been such a pleasure to talk with you today.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing
Well, thank you for inviting me.
a little bit about yourself. We appreciate that. But also, we appreciate you sharing the information about just wellness and weight loss and all of that good stuff. So we certainly appreciate
And
you.
any final last words of motivation that people can use to even get up the courage and action to reach out to you and call you?
Well, like I said before, I was a little nervous to start, but I can say for myself, it's the best thing I ever did. And if I had to do it all over again, I would do it all over again.
There it is.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us for the Flight Path to Wellness today with Jim and Dr. Val. I feel like we're helping people getting their boarding pass to wellness, physical wellness today. So thank you so much. And I guess we'll see you on our next show.
To keep mental calm and physical strength, financial health, let's talk at length, spiritual blooming in the light. You're with us on the perfect flight. It's a journey, not a race.